Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today's video is one of my weekly videos, but actually hopefully is a bit of fun, I think. I say that, it's the introduction. This video is going to be a fun video, let's be positive. I want to make some summer plans in today's video. We say summer, I hate the summer. Let's get this out there. You may want to stop watching. I am an autumn person. I love the fall, the autumn, wherever you are around the world. I am a hot chocolate, a woolly jumper and a scarf. My favourite time of year is when in the UK, the clocks go backwards and you like come out of work at 5 o'clock and it's all dusky and oh, I love that cozy feeling. But the summer's here in the UK. It's quite warm today, but I want to make some summer plans. So I think last year it was quite warm. Was it quite warm? Mark's here. You'll say late. Yes, hello later, I'm sure. I think it was quite warm last year. And I didn't get a lot of knitting done because it was hot. I definitely didn't get a lot of spinning done. I think I'm still a newbie spinner, but I didn't the heat, it's a thing. And in the UK, we don't get great summers because it's sticky. And that's why I don't like it. I leave the house, I've started to sweat. Oh, I can't be doing with it. Now, my brother is the opposite. He is a sun worshipper. Both brothers, the middle one definitely. He's one of those in the winter, he's wearing a hoodie and shorts to walk the dog. But he loves the sun. So in this video, I want to plan for the summer. It's crazy to think that it's July, the week after next. And in my head, following July, shortly after, it's going to be Vlogtober. And I really apologise to everyone that's like, no. We've got July, August and September before you start Vlogtober. I get it. But I've got a few things that I really want to get finished. I've had some new yarn sent to me that I want to do some projects for the kids and then show off in a video to you. I need to finish my MCAL, my mystery knit-along shawl. And lots of other things that I really want to get done. So the purpose of this video, you wonderful Knit365 community people are hopefully going to help me choose some projects and hold me to account. Because in the weekly videos then, it gives me a bit of a focus because I'm only going to work on these projects. I have some new things that I can start, like the things for the kids. So I get that new cast on excitement, but I also get to work through some things and try and get rid of some stash. I've got a lot of things that I'm behind on that I want to catch up on. So that's the purpose of this video. Hi, I hope it's going to be fun. It's going to be a choppy video. It's not just me sitting down to the camera. There's some things I want to work on that I don't know where they are. So we're going to have to get all the boxes out. I know. We'll share the results of last week's Should I Frog It or Carry On? Dun, dun, dun. Stay tuned for details. So I hope that it's going to be a fun video. It will be one of the follow me through the weekend. It's currently Saturday, the 22nd of June. I'm off work now till next Thursday. Woohoo! I've got an exciting crafting thing planned Tuesday, Wednesday. I can't talk about it. I'm not going to mention it. Like, it won't be one of those, because I said someone got a bit snarky with me when I was talking about the secret test knit that I was doing. I'm doing a thing on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm off work. It will come in a future video, but I'm off work till Thursday. So I'm going to spend now Saturday, Sunday, Monday, getting some projects together, sitting down, chatting to you, sharing some of my plans for the summer. And then hopefully, maybe you can join in. I don't think we can do like a summer, we could do a summer make-along. Let me think how that goes through this video. I'm spitballing now. I hadn't planned to do a summer make-along, but I want to finish, I'm gonna make a list. I know lots of you love a list. Oh, I've got a Taylor Swift band. She's been in Cardiff. People, the friendship bands, yeah. I'm wearing one. Random tangent. Yeah, we could do a summer make-along, couldn't we? Like, what projects do you want to finish? You can start them over the summer. Should we do that? Maybe. We'll see. If this is in the video, yeah, we could do that. Maybe. Right, I'm going to go and I don't know what I'm going to do next. I need to go and start pulling some bits out. So there'll be something coming up. So hello, if you're new here, thank you. Some of my videos are a bit choppy. You follow me through the weekend. I edit together what Mark and I get up to. Sometimes it's just me sitting down in front of the camera. So if you're new here, very, very welcome. Thank you for giving me some of your time and stopping by. If you're a returning viewer, as always, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I love this little Knit 365 community that we have. You're all amazing. So enough of the introduction. 5 minutes, that's a good intro. Right, let's go and find some yarn to squish and sniff and stuff. Right, so as part of my weekend plans and planning my summer projects, this is probably a task I shouldn't start. You know when you start to tidy up and then you realise they're actually going to make more of a mess? So, these boxes, this is all Toft wool. I know. And the trouble is, I don't know where all of the like conservationist ones and things are. So we're gonna have a tidy. I've got some plastic bags. I got these from Amazon, in case you're wondering. And I'm gonna lay the bags out and I'm gonna put all the wool out by colour. They used to live all in the boxes, so this conservationist one arrived and then it would stay in the box. But over time, I've got random tissue paper and yeah, it's all a bit messy. So I'm gonna put you on time lapse and we're gonna watch last night's Coronation Street or Coronation Street from one night in the week. Dye Club. This is the anglerfish. Not a part of my summer plans, but at least I found it. So I'm going to get all the stuff out and we're going to have a bit of a sort through. The one I'm looking for is the Quagga, which is the first of the Conservationist Club. This one is the rollaway monkey. But I couldn't even tell you what colours that is. So I'm thinking if I put all the wool out by colour, basically I know I've got all the wool in these bags. I'll hopefully find all the little booklets. Mark, how did you let this get to this state?
Nothing to do with me.
I can't even say that it has anything to do with him.
Your wool.
It is my wool. Yeah, it's got a little bit of hand. So we're going to tidy it up. Right, let's go. Okay, I've emptied both of those boxes and still no Quagga. I did find what I bought to make the marigold, I think, that goes with one of the patches. Mark, where's the Quagga?
I don't know.
No, I know you don't know.
You've got so much stuff.
I haven't got that much stuff.
Hello?
Okay, I'm going to pause you for a minute. I'm going to need to go and get the other boxes out. I hope you're enjoying this content because I'm not enjoying making it. I'll enjoy it when I got the Quagga. Oh. Okay, I found the Quagga. I'd already done what I'm doing. I think I'd taken the wool out and I had the booklet separately. So I found it. I'll get that in a minute because that's going to form part of my plans. But with the two new patches that we've had, while I've been having a tidy round, with the two new Toft patches, Morris and Ray, I thought I'd do a bit of a stock check and just make sure that the newer ones that had arrived, like the subscription ones, were all present and correct. I'm a collector. Look at all those patches. That could be the thumbnail, but it won't really mean much. It won't be the thumbnail. Yeah, starting with Carry the Chameleon. We won't go through them all. We could be here a while. Louise the Terrapin. So my idea is the patches come with an item. So I've made Morris, which I'll show you in a minute, as part of my finished object. So I've made Morris. So Morris goes with the patch. Can you see there, that little thing? Oh, let me get it. Carry the Chameleon to go with Carry the Chameleon. So my idea with the patches is that I collect the patches and then try and make the item. I have got a highlight saved on my Instagram story if you want to see the ones. I'm not even halfway through. I've got a lot to go. Yeah, that's my patch project. It's a long-term piece of work because Carrie keeps bringing patches out. And as quick as I think, yes, I think I might catch up, I don't. So I'm going, this is a thing, there's a mess. So we now need to put all the wool back into bags. I got loads of boxes and bags for recycling, which is good, tick. Yeah, this is going to be a very choppy video, folks. But I now need to work out, I think I might get like a photo album or something. Like a, bless you. Can I get like a photo album? What size would this be? A5? A6?
Between A6 and A5.
Maybe I'll measure these. What's going on with my beard? I just noticed this. Oh, what's going on with there? Yeah, maybe that could work. I'm talking to him now off camera and he's not listening to me. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, like a little photo album and then I could put them all in. Maybe. Right. What are we doing next? Tied up. Lots of folks love a choppy video. I have found lots of projects though that I want to make. So this has been good. So I'll be back in a minute. Yeah. I've taken you off the tripod. I thought I would spin you around and then we'll tidy up. I haven't had a row, but I just said, someone's made a mess. And he kind of looked up from his phone and went, ashamedly as well, this isn't all of the Toft wool. There's a whole crate full of Toft wool. I maybe need a de-stash. Right, up here, we move the bench. Up here we have, I don't think I need any stuffing for it. I don't know why I've got so much stuffing. We have stuffing. We've got the 2 hand-dyed. I decided not to collect the hand-dye because, like, there's so many of them, I'll never be able to get all the back editions. But I have got the Bobtail Squid, which is the new one. Spoiler, I forgot to cancel the subscription. I was going to just get the rainbowy anglerfish, and I forgot to cancel. So I ended up, I think I skipped instead of cancel by mistake. So I ended up with this one, which is fine. I can make the squid. So I got these. And then I've got this hand-dyed beetroot, bit dusty, from Toft to make the beetroot to go with the beetroot patch. Yeah. Stuffing. And then, yeah, I've started to sort them. So these are all the balls. So we'll have a bag of grey, a bag of cream, etc. So that's the plan. I've still got my advent drawers. There's all the patches. If you ever break into my house and you want the patches, they're in the green Toft. I don't know which advent this was from. Wasn't last year's or the year before. 3 years ago, I think. So they all kind of live in here. There's the conservationist booklet for the quagga. Yeah, that is a thing I don't know what to do with. These are all tidied project bags. There's my hand spun that I actually spun. And then this is all for the bin. That's not for the bin. That's the other. I don't know what to do with the advent boxes. They're too nice to throw away. That's for the bin. Odds and sods, empty boxes. Let's tidy up. It's 4:30 on Saturday. Can we have a beer? Don't see why not. You're not talking very loud today. You haven't paid the mark tax yet either. I'm coming over.
You're not supposed to be drinking now.
Oh, don't say that. He said you're not supposed to be drinking. One beer won't hurt. Darren doesn't watch these videos. My trainer, so it's fine. Maybe. Gonna pay the mark tax. Hello.
Hello.
Can we have a beer?
If you want.
Do you want a beer?
Go on then.
Yay! Right, let's tidy. I haven't started tidying yet. Don't look in the fridge. Full of pop and beer and regret. Excuse me. We're having a Corona. Other beers are available. What usually goes in a Corona?
Wedge a lime.
And where are the limes?
In the oven.
Someone's dehydrating fruit. We have this on the bar. This is a very choppy video. This is a knitting channel, not a bar channel. We have dehydrated fruit that we put in drinks. Oh, actually crochet related. The, excuse the rum collection. The little Toft Summer Creations, they babysit the jars. But someone's dehydrating fruit and didn't think, oh, we might have a beer. They take like 4 hours. It's very homestead here. He's very practical. I do love you. You are good.
Then what are you going to do with these strawberries?
I thought you were going to dehydrate a strawberry then. No, that's for my being healthy, eating fruit.
You can dehydrate strawberries.
Oh, you could dehydrate a strawberry. Right. If this video does the numbers or doesn't do the numbers, like you may have all switched off by now.
Strawberries fit.
The strawberries fit, yeah. So no lime. We're having a beer. No lime because he's cut them all up to put them in the oven.
You need a bag of crisps now then.
Definitely can't have beer and crisps. We'll have one beer. You can have beer and crisps if you want. I'm not having any crisps. Right, let's tidy. Oh, does anyone want to come over and tidy? Please? Thank you. We'll pay you in beer. Mark will share some crisps with you. He doesn't share crisps. Only child. They're not very good at sharing.
Don't share.
Don't share. Right. Good morning. I have my coffee. It is Sunday morning and it is 8 o'clock. Mark is still asleep, so we talk slightly quietly. Lovely night last night. Binging a TV series with some crochet or knitting, a candle and a glass of wine. Very contented little bear this morning. I've got to go out later to a band thing, so more on that in a bit, but I'm going to go and sit down in the quiet. I'm rewatching Downton Abbey for the 5th time, so I'm going to sit down watching Downton and make a start on the next bit of my crochet project. Good morning. Good morning with a proper voice, because I was trying to talk quietly. I don't think I did. Did you hear me making coffee?
No.
Oh, I did talk quietly. Mark's here. He's awake. Right. It's amazing how much you can get done when you don't play on Instagram or mess around. And I've actually managed to make all of the bits for the saber-toothed tiger. So I've got the tripod out. We're still watching Downton. So I'm going to flip you around and I'll do a bit of a time lapse as I sew up the saber-toothed tiger, a bit of crafting content, and then I'll be back and I'll show off my finished object, hopefully my second finished object, which you'll see now, and then talk about my knitting plans, and then I think we will do a summer Cal KC. Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's get some coffee and sew up the tiger. Right, you have seen that time lapse, which I think was like 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes, but in reality was nearly 2 hours. If only I could sew up that quickly. But we finished Wilhelm, the saber-toothed tiger. So yeah, I only started him yesterday. Which again shows what you can do when you don't spend all day. He's got a weird ear. This one's really pointy and this one's a little bit rounder, and I don't know. It's where I've put the edging on, I've done something to it, so I might need to put a stitch in or something to... But anyway, there he is. And yeah, he's got these funky paws with these actual toes. Lovely little mane type furriness, a bit like me, down the side of his head. So yeah, I'm really happy. So he was one of my projects that I wanted to get done over the summer. And I just started work on him, and actually it took a lot less time than I thought. So I've done these little markings on the back. Kerry says in the YouTube video that she's got for the sewing up and in the pattern, because the tiger, there's Mark, he's changing the bed. I'm gonna go and help now. Because the saber-tooth tiger is extinct, no one really knows what their markings were. And it was probably more, their markings would have been akin to the environment they were in. But I've just embroidered on a few little small stripes or spots, however you want to call them. So I really like him. So that's one finished object. Ta-ding! So I now need to go and adult. So I'm going to help Mark change the bed. It's 1:30. I need to leave in an hour to go to band. There's like an outdoor church service that the band has been asked to play in. So I'm going to go and do that. So I'll be back at some point to talk about the rest of the project and share my other finished object. But stay tuned. I don't know what's coming up. But for me and Willem and Mark, you'll see something shortly. I don't think it's going to be band stuff because it's going to be a church. It won't, like a church service. I won't film any of that stuff, I don't think. But I'm off to band, so I'll see you in a bit. I am home and I've had an outfit change again. Mark is dishing up a roast chicken with broccoli, some kind of pea and leek medley from Marks and Spencer's. He's finished dehydrating all of the fruit, limes, and lemons. They are all done, ready for a gin and tonic, and he's currently we're a big fan of food in bowls in this house. Food always tastes better in a bowl, and it's easier to eat. So yeah, I'm home. It's now 6 o'clock. The band thing went fine, but I'm going to call it a day today. I'm off tomorrow. I think I mentioned earlier in the video. So I'm going to wrap this video up tomorrow morning and then do the final bits of editing and then get this up on the YouTube before I leave for my mystery adventure. So I'm going to go and eat my dinner. Hope you're enjoying this video so far. Stay tuned for the cow and my summer projects. I'm looking there because they're there. I just need to show you them. Good morning. It is 7:45 on Monday. The energy is going to come down a little bit now for the end of the video because it's early morning. I'm off work, I've said already. I don't know the last time I had some time off work. This is why I feel so crazy, but I've got some time off work, which is lovely. I didn't show you, so the boxes that we saw at the beginning of the video, I'm going to move the camera, and I know some people get annoyed when people move the camera, but here's my little crafting corner. So they are crates with wool in. These are the boxes. There's 4 of these grey ones. That bag there is my blanket. I can't remember what it's called. The one I'm doing with the granny squares. There's all different sizes. That one. The 2 sheep that were made for my Pride collection. So they're there. Yeah, I'm sitting on the floor in the window because it's a little bit grey and dreary here today. So rather than being where I usually stand, there's better light coming in from the window. So I'm going to wrap this video up. I've got a load of projects, there's stuff here. So we will run a summer make along. So I think I'm going to use the hashtag, and I've got my pad. I've got a new pad. I found it the other day and I don't know, it might be Mark's, but it's brand new. Like I found it the other day as in it's been in the flat for years. So it's not something that one of us has bought recently. I'm not really sure where it's come from, but I'm going to use it. So we're going to do hashtag knit 365 summer Mal. So I'm going to try and finish as many projects as I can by the 30th of September. And you are all welcome to join in. I'll launch this over on Instagram at some point. Once the Pride collab's out the way and the Pride thing's finished this week, we'll then launch the Summer Make Along. And I've got prizes and things and yarn here. So we'll have some prizes of some kind, but a bit of an informal, fun way for us to all get motivated through the summer and finish some of our projects. So no real rules. You can enter a new whip that you're going to start. You can enter an old whip that you're going to finish. Just basically any finished object by the 30th of September that's on Instagram with that hashtag, or that you email through to me, knit365@icloud.com. I will enter into a random draw and we'll give away some yarn. I'll provide some prizes. So that is going to be my way of finishing, or at least trying to make some progress on these projects here. So if you folks want to join in, get on board. So let me share with you what's on my list. And it's going to be a big list. There's a lot of stuff here, but the plan, because it is all of July, all of August and all of September. So I've got 3 months. So I feel like I can make a good dent in that. So the first thing I want to get finished is the sample sock for Gemma, which is the Painting Honeycomb sock. It's a pattern by Stephen West. You've seen this before in previous videos. I was making these for Mark. It doesn't fit, so I'm going to finish this as a sample for Gemma for shows, because it shows off the fade kit. And then start Mark's pairs. So I want to finish sock sample, start pair for Mark. So that's the first one on my list. Then I still haven't finished it, which is why I've grabbed it. In my Toft subscription project bag, I need to finish my frizzle chicken. I know, he's very frizzly. This was a make along that Kerry did. March, maybe? Was this the Easter make, perhaps? So this is the frizzle chicken. And I did mine in this grey ombre, but I've still got the edging to do on these head feathers and these ends to finish. So it's nearly finished, but it's still living in my Toft subscription bag. So I need to finish the frizzle chicken. And that's like half an hour, maybe an hour to get it all done and the end sewn. I penned myself. So that's on the list. Then let's stick with the Toft stuff for a moment. So in the video yesterday, you saw me trying to find all of these. So these are the information leaflets from Toft for the Conservationists subscription. And the first one was July 2023. So I've not made any so far. And July 2023 was the Quagga, which is kind of I haven't got a picture of it, but it's kind of a zebra. So I want to make the quagga. Then I'm going to move on to the second one, which is a manatee. So the quagga is extinct. It was extinct in 1883. The quagga is, the manatee is vulnerable to extinction. So we're raising awareness about that one. Then we've got the green one, the rollaway monkey, which I mentioned previously. So that is critically endangered. And then we've got the saber-toothed tiger, which is endangered, which is the one I finished yesterday. Although I may, because I was doing this in front of me for the time lapse, this weird bit, I'm not 100% happy with this because it's not symmetrical. So at some point I might go back and cut this fringe off and redo it. Only because you can see he's got this, we'll see. Not everyone's perfect. Like I've got a funny little bit here that grows, that doesn't go on that side. You know, I could probably live with it. But I finished the saber-toothed tiger, so he's done. So over the summer, because crochet is easier, I think, especially some of the toft crochet, if it gets really hot, I can just do like a couple of legs. So I want to do the quagga, the manatee, and the rollaway monkey. How do I spell rollaway? I am, because I'm a completer finisher, going to put the saber-toothed tiger on my list. And then I'm going to tick it off. Yeah. So I've already done one thing on my to-do list because I did start that. Genuinely, I started that Friday night or Saturday morning. So I want to get my, because these are the 4 that have been out from the conservationists already. Long-time viewers will know I'm a member also of the Dolls Club subscription, and I've still got about 7 of those to go. So I'm quite behind with the Doll Club. So I want to try and catch up. So if I can get the conservationist ones done this summer, then I'm up to date before the next one comes out. So conservationist is on my list. Then I finished my Morris, the dog with the wheels. So I will show him off shortly, but I'm also then going to try and get Ray done because the patches that I showed, I've got the patch for Morris and I've got the patch for Ray. I think I showed those off in the last week's video. So my patch project to try and make all the things to go with the patches, it makes sense while he's in the box. There's no point like filing him away in the storage somewhere. I'll just do it. So Ray the Terrier. So he needs to go on the list. And then the other normal toft that's going to go on the list, I don't have a picture of it, but one of the patches is a marigold, and it's the patch that came with the flowers book. As I was tidying through all of the yarn, these were in a bag, all ready together. So we've got the, it's green, primrose, it's like a pastel yellow, and then yellow. So I bought these I think I bought these at a show somewhere. So these were all in a bag to make the flower. So again, I'm going to put the primrose on the list. So rather than putting that yarn away, I'll just make the primrose. Then that's another one ticked off my patch projects. So if I can get that done, that means I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toft projects I want to get done over the summer. That's 2 a month. I could do that, and I've already done one of them. Okay, this might be achievable. We'll see. And then final one, sticking with toft and crochet. You folks haven't seen, I don't think you've ever seen this. I've had this, no word of a lie, Mark and I were talking about it last night, maybe 5 years. So, let me lift the camera up again. On the wall, up there, there's an antler. Antler? No, there's a stag. We bought the stag from Liberties in London when we moved in. So it's been here about 8 years. Those of you may recognise this bag. That's coming up on the list as well. We've had that on the wall for about 8 years. Toft released a pattern. Let me just get my iPad. Toft released a pattern for giant animal heads. And I bought it to make. And it's been about 5 years since I had it. So I've got a giant box of yarn. It's been living in the spare room, and I'm going to make a giant morag. And the idea is that she's going to live on the wall. We're going to try and mount her so she lives on the wall instead of the stag, and we freshen it up. So in this box are all the things to make. I don't know why, I need more stuff in. So I've got 3 bags of stuff in. I bought this as a kit. And then there are, so this is going to be made in Toft Chunky, which is made on an 8mm hook, I think. So we've got the fudge and the oatmeal. So I think there's 3 balls of each of those. And Toft used to do this, excuse the rustling, and they don't do it anymore. But they also have roving, which, because I'm now a spinner, I guess I could try and pull to spin. But basically I take strips of this and then I tie them on like tassels over the head, and that's what gives it the look. So actually, is there a date on this? I want to say it was 5 years. July 2019. It was 5 years ago. So Big Morag is also going to make an appearance this summer. Because again, small items, because I can make a horn, I can make part of the head, and it's done on an 8mm crochet hook. And I did say to Mark, I'm not like underselling it or overselling it, whichever way around it is, but I feel like that's an afternoon on a Sunday, because there's not that much crochet. You just basically crochet the head and 2 horns, and that's it. And then you just put the roving on it. The hardest bit, I think, is going to work out how we mount it onto the wall. I might do a project video for Giant Morag, and we'll go start to finish, and you can see, we'll time how long how long it takes. So Giant Morag is also on the list. My MCal, so let's go, I think that's all the crochet. Oh, let's just do finished object. Yeah, so that's all the crochet. So this is Morris that I finished. So Morris, I was pronouncing it Morris, M-O-R-U-S, but I think it's actually pronounced Morris. Morris is an actual dog that lives at, I don't think he lives at the shop, but he's regularly in the shop at Fred Aldous in Manchester. So for Kerry's collaboration with Fred Aldous, they've made Ray the Manchester Terrier. This was in last week's video. If you want to know more about this, head back and watch last week's video. Ray the Manchester Terrier also goes to the shop. And then Morris the tri-coloured corgi. So he's got these really cute, characteristically corgi ears. This lovely little white and camel face. And then he's got a dark back. But Morris, unfortunately, can't use his back legs. So Morris has a wheel frame that goes over his bum. There's the frame. Again, all the attention to detail in Carrie's designs. And these lovely wheels that I've crocheted, complete with spokes. Morris has his own Instagram account as well. So if you go and follow Fred Aldous over on Instagram, you might be able to see Morris. So I finished Morris. So I've done 2 finished objects in this video. Tick, tick. And there's another one with my patch projects done then. So that's all the crochet. So moving on to knitting. So the fix or frog debate from last week. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, head back and watch last week's video. This is the Herbivore Shawl by Stephen West. And I've got a mistake in it because I messed up and didn't pay attention. I think it's a rumba there. The pattern doesn't, it goes a bit skew-if. And I put a yarn over it in the wrong place, and most of you agreed with me that it's really hard to ladder down and correct lace. So this is going to get frogged. So I'm going to rip it back. For those of you that don't know what a frog is, rip it. That's going to get ripped back and back to the beginning. But I do really want that shawl because I think it's a really nice lightweight shawl. So I'm going to put my Herbivore shawl on here. Because what I will do is I will rip it back, rewind the yarn, and then cast it on again. And at least just get it cast on and started. I'm never going to finish it by September. That's not my plan. But my plan to rip it back and then get it back on the needles. So at some point I can pick it back up and it's a work in progress then. So that's on there. And then the other shawl that's going on here is my MCAL number 2. So this one I want to finish. So this is the Mystery Knit Along shawl by Stephen West. This is last year's shawl, Geo Gradient. My one has this crochet granny start with all of the, you started as a square and then it's now become a triangle, a diamond, sorry. And then I need to do the other side. So I'm halfway through week 2. I then got week 3 and week 4. I was making 2. I knew I was never going to do it. I kind of set myself up last year to go, I can make 2 Mystery Knit Along shawls as part of the collab that I do with Irina from Fibre Chats. And I was up to date with the first week, and then we redid the clues and all the rest of it. You can go back and watch October's Vlogtober if you want to find out more about what happened and the clues and how we needed to restart, and then I got behind. But I really want to get this one finished, so I'm ready to go with the needles and cords and stuff for this year's MCAL. So that is a real priority project for me. And while it's like a grey overcast day today, I think that's going to be a priority project to try and get that finished before the next MCAL starts, because otherwise I'll never get this one finished. It'll just become a whip that lasts for like 5 years, because in October we'll start the next Mystery Knit Along shawl. So that needs to go on the list. The other thing that I'm going to put on the list are the mystery socks. So last year I test knit Stephen's mystery sock pattern, Contrast Blast. I should probably join in on that again, shouldn't I? So I need to put mystery socks on here as well. So I need to try and do those. They might be a good summer project. Socks. We'll see. This is going to be this hasn't been planned at all, but I've got 2 projects left. I've only got 2 slots left. So the other project that's going on the list is Mark's jumper. Yes, you've all been waiting for it. No, I've not done any work on it. No, it's no further forward. Yes, he's very patient, etc, etc. I am making Mark. Those of you that have been here for a while are probably sick of hearing about this jumper now, but it's gorgeous and it just takes me so long to knit. So I'm making Mark. Look how pretty. It is an all over Argyle jumper. It's only a tank top, as he keeps telling people. It doesn't have any sleeves. It's just a V-neck, short sleeve vest top, effectively. This is the front. I've already done the back. And when I finish, so you can see the cream section here is the start of this section. That section then is, let me work this out. That's one pattern repeat. Yes, that's one pattern repeat there. So when I finish this pattern repeat, so I basically need to finish this triangle, I think, I just need to measure it. But once I knit this section here, I'm splitting for the V. It's just very slow going. It's knit and purl because I'm not knitting in the round. It's intarsia, so every time you see a different colour here, it has its own yarn. So yeah, and I do enjoy knitting it. Once I'm going, I enjoy knitting it. Sitting here today, the thought is like, oh, I don't want to knit this. So that's why I don't ever pick it up anymore, because I've just got to think about it now. But it's gorgeous. Like, honestly, I knit that, and I make mistakes in all of my projects. I'm not a great, I'm a good knitter. I'm very absent-minded and I forget sometimes, and I've got to really concentrate on this as well. Like, this isn't TV knitting. It is TV knitting after, maybe if I've knit on it for about half an hour, 40 minutes, I'm in a bit of a rhythm, because actually, you know, to start with, I've got to refollow the pattern. Whereas you kind of know then that stitch is moving one over and that one's moving one over. So it does get a little bit more rhythmical, which is why it's one of those, I can't just grab it for 10 minutes when I come home from work, because 10 minutes is not enough. I need to know that we're here, we've got a movie on, I've got 3 hours. Then I can sit down and I can put a couple of rows in. So that's what I kind of need to do. This is also not a good summer project though, because it's alpaca, silk and cashmere, very sticky on the hands. So if it's hot and sweaty, it is not the project to be working on. However, we are not going to commit to getting that finished by September. Although, who knows? If I don't knit any of these, and for 3 months only I knit on that, it would be done. We'll see. So we'll put Mark Sweater on the list. I actually feel like, inadvertently, we're probably going to end up going bottom to top on my list. And then the final one, I'm just going to show you 2 balls. I may have shown these off previously. I was very kindly gifted some yarn by West Yorkshire Spinners. So these are the new shades of their Bo Peep range. I really love the Bo Peep range. It is brilliant for knitting for the kids. We've got 3 nieces and a nephew. They're very knit worthy, and this is the Dancing Bluebells colourway, and this is the Golden Lion colourway. So there's going to be a separate video coming because I want to talk more about the yarn, and they've also got some new patterns. So I want to get those, I want to make a jumper for each of the kids. So I'm going to put that on here, West Yorkshire Spinner jumpers. Although I say jumpers, I think they might be cardigans. But that's on the list too. So there will be a separate video definitely coming for that one. I'll probably do a separate video for more rag. Maybe a separate video for the mystery socks. Maybe, we'll see. So there we go. That is my list. It is a big list. It's taken me all weekends to work out what needs to go on that list. But I feel like it is a big list, but that should be easy to knit, right? Because lots of them are the crochet. So I did, where's the saber-tooth tiger gone? Wherever he's gone. I did him in like a day. So the others that I've got, they could be like weekend things, or I could do those in the week maybe, and then my weekends I am going to have to fix this. Show this off in camera now. This is really not, I'm going to have to do this now while this uploads. I think I'm going to have to rip this off and redo it. The symmetry is really messing with my mind. Yeah, I feel like I've got a mix of small projects. The giant head is a quick project. It's an 8mm hook. And then I've got some really nice chunky, so if I want to get some colour work, I've got Mark's jumper. If I want a big chunky shawl, I've got my M-Cal. And the final border, like those dip stitches, at one point I think you're up to 1,000 stitches. It wasn't fun knitting it the first time around, letting know. I think that's probably where I know, once I finish the week 2, I'm in the complex stuff then in week 3 and week 4. That's probably, again, psychologically in my head. My subconscious is going, work on something else, work on something else. So yeah, thank you very much for being here. This has been a slightly longer video than some of my previous weekly check-ins, but hope you found it fun. It was a bit choppy, lots of footage clipped together. I do like doing some of these videos where we kind of follow my weekend, and it was very much unexpected because what I did think I was going to do was just sit down and chat about the projects I wanted to finish, but I didn't bank on having to sort through all the yarn in order to find the bits that I needed. And then actually as I was going, I was like, oh, what about that? Oh, what about that? And so actually it's been quite nice to revisit bits of my stash. Do you find that? Like where you keep your yarn, you kind of look through things. I know some of you only have one whip. You're very, very good, very disciplined. You work on one thing, you finish it, you work on the next one. But those of you with whips, do you ever find like there's a bag and you're like, and you forgot about them? I certainly do, as you've seen. So I'm gonna finish now editing this together. I'm not sure what next week's video will contain yet, but it will, every week I'm gonna try and check in on my list and see if I can get this done. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 things on my list. 16 because technically the jumpers are 2, one for Noah, one for Thea. But 15 things on my list by the 30th of September. I'm not going to do it all. Absolutely not. But we'll see. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't yet taken part in my Pride fundraiser and you want to, this is your final warning. The fundraiser closes next Saturday, the 30th of June at 4 o'clock. I think that's a Saturday. It's the 30th of June at 4 o'clock it closes, and you can be in with a chance to win all of these wonderful prizes donated by amazing makers and friends that I've made, most of them myself. So I'll pop the details in the description box below. If you haven't entered, it's your final warning. If you want to get in and you've not yet done it, please head over to the Crowdfunder. Can we get to 5,000? That would be amazing. It's on 4,500 and something at the moment, I think. So final push this week now coming up. You're watching this Monday afternoon. We'll have a big push now to get this done by the end of June. So next week I'll be here with something, and please hold me to account. If I'm working on something that's not on my summer list, feel free in the comments to call me out, because I like accountability and I need accountability because I get very distracted very easily. But yeah, thank you very much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed this video and a bit of a weird behind the scenes weekend with Mark and I type. Yeah, bit of progress, bit of not progress, bit of tidying actually. That was quite nice. So have a lovely week. Please let me know if you want to join in with the summer make along. I'll probably talk about that next week's video actually, because the Pride draw will have finished. We'll then launch that in the next week probably, and I'll put that on Instagram at that point as well. After I've released the results of the draw and announced all the winners, etc. We'll do that next. So that's going to be coming up if you want to join in with me. Have a lovely week. Thank you so much for being here. If you're still here and you've made it, woohoo, we've got to the end. Thank you so much. Have a lovely week, and I'll speak to you all again soon. So until, oh God, I nearly messed it up again then. You can tell it's early. Right, more coffee. Thank you very much for being here and giving me a little bit of your time today. So until we speak again, happy crafting.